One of Mexico's best-kept secrets, the Huasteca Potosina is an area of extraordinary natural beauty. Tucked away well off the typical tourist track in east-central Mexico, this hidden gem destination is home to lush jungles, gaping sinkholes, crystal-clear rivers, and epic turquoise waterfalls. Forget TLC's advice to stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to, and let's go chasing cascadas in the Huasteca Potosina. It is Tuesday morning and we are here at Cascada El Meco. We have found a tour and just getting ready to meet up with our guide. Super excited. We've got a day full of waterfalls ahead of us. When I was making our Huasteca Potosina itinerary and trying to decide which waterfalls to visit, even with almost a week, we couldn't see them all. A friend of mine told me that El Meco is a must. We showed up around 8:30 a.m. without anything booked, and pretty much as soon as we stepped out of the car, a guide approached us. Oh, I'm so excited for the boat tour, and we're here in the middle of the week, so we have the boat and the river and I guess the waterfall pretty much all to ourselves. The 1-hour boat tour cost 150 pesos per person. There are tours you can book ahead of time online that combine visiting El Meco with other nearby waterfalls. Our guide paddled the lancha upriver toward the waterfall. I was expecting a longer journey, but 10 minutes later we rounded a bend and there it was, El Meco. I'd seen Instagram posts, I'd read blog posts, I'd watched YouTube videos, and this 125-foot tall waterfall still took my breath away.
Feel it in my bones, I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change. You live and you learn, and I hope I've seen enough to make something right, make up for what I've lost. I was down, but things are looking up.
Alrighty, we did the thing at Cascada El Meco and it was absolutely incredible. Now we are here at Cascada El Salto to check out, I think, one of the tallest waterfalls in the whole area. A short drive to the north of El Meco is El Salto. The entrance fee was 30 pesos per person, and if you want to swim, you need to rent a life jacket.
I hope this makes it in.
During the dry season, El Salto doesn't flow. Its water is diverted for a hydroelectricity plant. When we visited in early April, we weren't sure what we'd find. But when we got there, the waterfall was roaring and cascading into large natural swimming pools. The color of the water was unreal. A saturated turquoise that washed out everything around it. A natural beauty like I'd never seen before.
Stepped on a path that led me straight to you. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know.
While exploring this northern part of the Huasteca Potosina, we stayed in El Naranjo. It's within 30 minutes of Cascadas El Meco, El Salto, and the impressive Minas Viejas, which I will show you in just a moment. El Naranjo worked as a base for us since we had our own vehicle. But if you're relying on public transportation and tours to see the Huasteca Potosina, Ciudad Valles is likely a better option. An added bonus of staying in El Naranjo is free access to the Rio Salto. The river is crystal clear and the calm waters are perfect for swimming. Bring water shoes for the Huasteca. I used mine at every waterfall and river. I highly recommend it. I'm definitely a michelada girly, but I think that when it's super hot out, you should get a chelada, which here in the Huasteca is just sal and limon, salt and lime, and oh my gosh, so refreshing. Take care not to spill your chelada or trip and fall as you make your way down the hundreds of steps to Cascadas de Minas Viejas. Rappelling is one of the main attractions here, but we just opted to swim and enjoy the shade.
Good morning from Mexico. Beep, beep.
After 2 nights in El Naranjo, we hit the road again. It took a couple of hours to make our way down to Tamasopo. On the way, we tried to visit Cascada El Tamul, but it wasn't flowing. If you want to see Tamul, which is the biggest waterfall in the Huasteca Potosina, be sure to visit between November and February.
First order of business, getting some food. Provecho. Alrighty, another day, another waterfall. It was quite the drive here from El Naranjo, but we are here in Tamasopo and gonna check out the falls.
The 160 peso entrance fee gave me sticker shock at first. That was more than 5 times what I'd paid to see the towering El Salto. But once we made our way inside, the ticket price made sense. Cascadas de Tamasopo isn't just a waterfall, it's a waterfall park. From diving platforms and rope swings to swinging bridges and obstacle courses, this park is a playground for children and adults alike. You can't bring in your own food or drink, but there are lots of restaurants with offerings at reasonable prices. Just like everywhere else we went in the Huasteca Potosina, the water was crystal clear. The water temperature was on the warmer side while still being refreshing. Come on, I want to show you the crown jewel of this place. This spot will knock your water shoes off. This playita made me think of Bali. Taylor and I spent an hour enjoying the breeze off the water and, of course, the view.
It is the final morning of our trip through the Huasteca Potosina, and we are here at a place that I've heard a lot about. I feel like every time the Huasteca gets mentioned, every time the Estado de San Luis gets mentioned, people are always like, have you been to Laguna Media Luna? And that's where we are today. So this is a state park about, I think something like 2 hours from San Luis, near an area called Rio Verde, and we just paid 100 pesos each to get in, and we're gonna check it out and see what it's all about.
Many people opt to camp near La Media Luna. You can pitch your own tent or rent a cabaña. When we decided not to stay the night in Tamasopo, we showed up in Rio Verde without a plan, but quickly found Posada Victoria Paloma in the El Refugio neighborhood of nearby Ciudad Fernandez. How happy the patterned bedspread and wall art made me should tell you something about the other places we'd been staying. It's not a destination known for luxury accommodation, but this little room was comfortable, clean, and just 500 pesos per night. La Media Luna, or the half moon in English, refers to the shape of the lagoon. Resting at the bottom are 2 mammoth skeletons. That fun fact, along with the ultra-clear water that stays around 68 degrees Fahrenheit, make this park a popular spot for learning how to scuba dive. The maximum depth is about 120 feet. Scuba lessons cost around 1,000 pesos for a 3-hour class.
Majestic beasts. I'm usually a rule follower, but Taylor convinced me to jump in without a life jacket. And honestly, like, I'm touching the bottom. Like, I definitely get why you have to rent one, you know, because there's no lifeguards or whatever, but just in here for a second. And it's not as cold as I thought it would be. It's really clear, really nice. And yeah, it's been a good way to finish our trip.
Want more off the beaten path adventures? Don't miss the mountain town that made me fall in love with Mexico all over again. There's a mysterious jungle sculpture garden, a spooky cave, and so much more. I'm Alex from backpackingbrunette.com. Thanks for watching.